Really, US? Really? Are you kidding me? We lost to Turkey, a team that couldn't score a single goal against Paraguay, against Australia. They scored 3 past us. We lost to Turkey, a team that couldn't score. I don't even know where to begin. We had a chance tonight to make history, to be the first generation in the US football history to win 3 games in a row in a FIFA World Cup. We could do like our neighbor Mexico did 3 out of 3. But now we couldn't because like we have to play the second team against Turkey. The United States lost to Turkey 3-2. Of course, we had other games. Ivory Coast or Cote d'Ivoire. They won 2-0 against Curaçao, qualifying out of the group for the first time in their history. And of course, Ecuador, I don't know if you would call that a surprise or not, but they won against Germany first team because Germany did not change the team like US did. They lost 2-1. Japan, Sweden 1-1. Tunisia lost again, guys. That team is the shame of the continent. That team, in 3 games, they conceded 12 goals. They scored only 2. They lost 5-1, 4-0, and 3-1. It's crazy like how you can. I don't know how every Renner going to justify this because he came in as the savior, to save the ball. And then he got wrecked too, just like other coaches. And of course, Netherlands winning then 3-1, securing the first place in the group. And Australia and Paraguay, yeah, there was no surprise. We know both those teams don't play soccer. They did 0-0. Both of them qualify, so good for both of them. We're going to try to analyze this game, especially the United States game and the Ivory Coast game and the Germany game. This is your 2026 FIFA World Cup Week 2 match analysis. Welcome back to another video. Welcome to the world of soccer. If you're not allowed to subscribe, make sure to subscribe, like, and share this with your friend. Without wasting any time, we're going to start with the United States, the land of the free, the land of the brave, the land of the country that stand up, like always rise at the top, always rise at the right time when the occasion presents itself. And this US men's national team let us down today. They lost to Turkey 3-2. I mean, you would say, okay, is it Turkey? They're a good team. In their previous game, they had like a 70% average of possession of the game against Paraguay and Australia. Yes, that's true. Turkey is the team that had more shot without scoring. They had like 62 in their first 2 games. And the averaging were like 72% of the ball position. They weren't able to score against Australia or Paraguay. I know people need to understand something though. I know Turkey is a good team. They're a really good team. Their problem were like they didn't have a number 9 to break the deadlock against a low block team. And the minute they played against a team that's trying to play football, you see the talent out of it. You see the energy. You saw Arda Güler, Yildiz. You saw them how they impose themselves. Arda Güler scoring the goal. Just tell you, if you give that guy space, he gonna use it. Yilmaz scored and Aynan. Like the United States just came in. Okay, we are the favorite. We won the group. There is nothing really to fight for here. We just want to make history to do 3 out of 3. And then they went on to give space to the Turkeys. You cannot give space to this guy. Australia and Paraguay won because they didn't give space. Basically, everyone was defending, but US was trying to play because the first 2 games we were playing football, right? Or playing soccer. And they tried to do the same against Turkey. Are supposed to be the favorite of this group. But the first 2 games, just like, okay, they couldn't do anything about low block. They don't have a player to break the deadlock because they missed a lot of chances. And the US gave it to them. Arda Güler, 10th minute in, boom, good goal. Hey, we know the boy. He played for Real Madrid. He is one of my favorite players at Real Madrid, especially his name, Arda Güler. He's have a great name, bro. So 10 minutes in, he equalized a goal from... Because when I saw Aston Trusty score the first goal, I was like, okay, we're going to ball tonight. We are balling, guys. We're going to destroy this Turkey team because this team was low in confidence, low in self-esteem, and they didn't have much to offer. Turkey didn't have much to offer to the public today. But the US gave him the time and the space to let them express. If you leave a player like Arda Güler express their talent, they're going to kill you. They will punish you, which what he did. 10 minutes in, he equalized. I was like, okay, this game going to be maybe 4 goal, 5 goal. And that's why we had 5 goals in the game. And of course, in the 31st minute, Yilmaz came in scored the goal. Like, I didn't know what our defense were doing, because that breakthrough is ridiculous to consider a goal like that. It is ridiculous. Like, if you want to go far away in this competition, we should be defending better. Our lineup, if you look at our back lineup, I know some people rested today. Mackenzie and Robinson is your left back. I was like, what are you doing, Poch? Why are you putting this? Like, come on, we want to win. And then he just brought in, like, okay, like all the back defense was like new player, bro. No Jorginho Des, no Tim Ray. And like, we have a new player starting. Even Matt Turner started today. It was crazy. Like, actually, okay, I was watching this. I saw the midfielder. I say, we're not winning that game, bro. Turkey may be bad, but if you don't play your strong team, you're not winning. That's what happened. The backline was completely different. And the midfield only, McKennie was there. The other are bench warmer, bro. Well, I mean, they're part of the squad. They're part of the rotation. And Timothy Weah starting Pepe and Aronson. I mean, you can do a sub, right? But like, this was too much. It was too much substitute. And in the other side, like, the Turkey want to win, you know, like they say, okay, we're gonna come here, you know, we're gonna just raise the Shannon glue and the rest we're gonna play. All right. They did all right. So 31 minutes in, 2-1. And of course, the United States in the second half coming back in. Bert Halter, I think that's how you pronounce his name, Bert Halter, right? He equalized 2-2. I was like, the game is on. But at that point, I was seeing the Turkish take control of the ball. They were dominating. Like, Turkey was dominating. US was like, especially in the last 25 minutes, like we were sophisticated, like we were suffocating, like back there. We couldn't breathe. Like, Turkey had the ball. They were doing whatever they want. And what the thing I don't understand, say, yo, like, it's a 90 plus 8 minute, guys. Defend better. Like, don't concede. At least get a tie. No, we wanted to concede the goal in the last minute of the game. I hadn't scored. Like, I don't know where that guy played. Maybe Besiktas, because, you know, the Besiktas, Fenerbahce, and Strasbourg, and Galatasaray, they have a lot of players in that team. So overall, I mean, it's a disappointing night, because I don't want to judge them as the first team, because this is not the first team. We lost a game against Turkey. Turkey is a team, if you give them space, they will score. They will beat you. Australia and Paraguay understood that. They say, we're not playing, you know, we're going to just keep back, and then we get 1 or 2 shots, we score. That's what they did. That's why Turkey is going home. But they got the 3 points, so they're going to go home. Say, yeah, at least we won a game. Right? That brings us to the second game, because the United States, doesn't have any effect, really. US will finish first, and, you know, it doesn't matter. Like, US going to qualify. All right? So let's go to the next game. Ivory Coast tonight qualify for the first time in their history to the next round of the FIFA World Cup. They played the World Cup 4 times, but this is the first time they're getting out of the group. And their win against Ecuador was very important, because we saw today they beat Curaçao 2-0. Nicolas Pepe was on fire today. I mean, if you take the African team that are representing the continent at the moment, I would say Ivory Coast and Morocco are definitely the best team that's representing the continent at the moment. I know Ghana is there with their 4 points, but they're not playing football. Like, those guys they were playing haram football. But Ivory Coast, either against Germany, against Ecuador, or Curaçao, they were dominant. Like, it's not like a team that is scared. They have a player to play nice football. They can play haram football if they want to. Nicolas Pepe is scoring today a brace, which is good for him, right? Ahmad Jallo could have scored, but overall, Boni started today, and you have a Sangare, Casey starting, like the Jamonde, great. He had an assist, Sangare had an assist, and Ahmad Jallo had a good shift in, right? Overall, this Ivory Coast team will look solid. I'm not worried about them. Even in the last 16, I think they're going to go through. But the only thing I want to say is, like, the substitute doesn't have the same level as the player that start. I know Jamonde is really good, but when Eli Wahi come in the second half, they brought in Eli Wahi. Jean-Michel Sarri, he's really good. He's been in that team, like, I remember since 2013, I think. And he just came in to get some minutes, right? He came in the second 76 minutes. Eli Wahi came in, Omar Jakite, and of course, Bazuma Toure, and Christo Emao Olai. I don't know who that is, guy, but they played. Like, you know, it was an important game. It was the time to give some player a minute, because Curaçao wasn't a threat, all right? I mean, they were having shots, they creating chances, as every team in the World Cup. You cannot have them monopolizing the ball 90 minutes. The other team has to play. So Ivory Coast overall, I'm so happy about how they are playing and the result they bring into the continent. 2 win, 1 defeat against the best team of the group, which is Germany. And yeah, it's good for them. They finished second behind Germany with 6 points, and Germany had a 6 point, but with goal differences because they won 7-1 against Curaçao. So that's why they are the top of the group. But overall, it was a good day for the Ivory Coast. I know the lazy variant, but overall, I would say that's great. It's a great result for the continent, great result for the Ivorian, making history, and we're gonna see what they're gonna do going forward. That brings us to the next game in our group because Germany was taking Ecuador. We have some player that from in our team in Ecuador, Moise Caicedo. So I was rooting for them, especially Germany played the first team. They didn't do any rotation like the US did. They just brought in, hey, we want to win every single game. They're like playing like German team. They wanted to win because second minute in Leroy Sané score. I said, okay, like Ecuador is not knowing a team that score a lot of goal, right? That team is very defensive, but going forward, that team cannot score. So I was like, this is over. I don't think Ecuador can score 2 goals, right? But 7 minutes in, Angelos equalized 7 minutes in. I said, okay, this game gonna be interesting. I don't know, like this game gonna have more goals because when I saw that 1-1 in less than 12 minutes, I said, okay, this game gonna be interesting. We're gonna have a lot of goals because the Germans score goals usually. They usually score goals. It doesn't matter who they play, they will score goals, right? So I saw the first half. It was like, okay, the German wasn't like playing with urgency. They were just there, okay. They know they qualify. They know they're gonna finish the first. But Ecuador have a player in their rank. You have a William Pacho, a Champions League winner. You have a Henkepe, a Champions League finalist or a Premier League winner. You have Franco, which is good. Ordonez is a really good center back. And of course, Moise Caicedo, one of the best holding midfield in the world, arguably. He's just playing for Chelsea at the moment. Chelsea is struggling, but hey, we're going to see next year what we're going to do. And of course, Vite doing the assist. For me, the goal that Germany conceded, Manuel Neuer need to be quicker than that. Like, your reflection is really slow, bro. You're 40. You are one of the best, if not one of the greatest goalkeeper in the history of this game. But you cannot consider goals like that. You come in to catch it, you catch it, bro. How can the guy get the ball? He's playing with his feet and with your hand, and then he's gonna be faster than you. That's crazy. That reflection needed to be fixed, But overall, it was Angelo Equalizer was good, and of course, Paletta scored the winning goal in, like, I think, what time was the game? It's a 77 minutes. From that, I said, okay, the game is over. I didn't see Germany pushing hard to get a result, trying to, push Ecuadorian around. They didn't. Like, they just, it is what it is. Ecuador was like, okay, we're going to just hold into this ball until the game is over. Germany was playing the game, because they're trying to cross in, pass, like, they did some sub. But overall, you could see the game is over, A team like that can defend as Ecuador and scoring a goal that qualify them. They know they're going to qualify. They're not going to concede. They have Nkapie, William Pacho, Caicedo, all those guys behind the ball, run chasing the ball. It won't be easy to get it from them. So it was a fair result for me when I watched the game. Germany, overall, they dominate the game, like 11 shot to 8. Three on shot, 3 on target for both teams, and Germany dominated the game 61 to 39. But that is not a big deal to Ecuador. Doesn't really care. I mean, it's not the first time they qualified to the last 16. They already did it before. But hey, it's still a good result for them, especially for the South American team. And Paraguay they qualify, so that's good. And we're gonna see Colombia and the other South American team. So overall, I'm so happy today what happened because Ivory Coast and another African team qualified. Even though we have some bullshit happening in the other team, like Tunisia, like letting us down every time. They lost 3-1 to Netherlands. Or you can say, okay, Netherlands play good. They have to win. Like, they won 5-1. They did 2-2 against Japan. And they came in here to win. So they won the group because Japan wasn't even able to beat Sweden, right? And so, like, overall, it was a good game. The first goal was like own goal. First 3 minutes in, they had an own goal, and then like Brian probably scoring the 7 minutes, which is good for him. It's good for the confidence, and of course the Hazem Masturi reduced the score like to 2-1, and Van Hecke scored the third goal. That game, I'm not going to lie to you, I was watching 2 games at the same time, so I was more focused on the Sweden-Japan game because that game was fire. The Japan-Sweden game was really interesting because those 2 goals that we saw in that game were fire. I think Japan scored the best collective goal of the season. They moved the ball around everybody until Maeda scored. I said Maeda or Maeda. It was at 56 minutes. The first half was like, okay, everyone was happy with the draw. because our draw would qualify both of them. Japan will finish second, and then Sweden will finish third. We already know Japan will be playing Brazil, so it's gonna be interesting, right? So 1-1, and that goal is probably the best goal, a collective goal of the season. And of course, Anthony Elanga scoring a beautiful clean up the Lucon like a natural Lucon, like that strike was fantastic, bro. Like beautiful goal. Anthony Elanga, we know his capacity. He can score goals like that, even though he score only 3 or 4 goals a season. But every time he score, it's just crazy. So Sweden qualify. Graham Potter and his people, they qualify like as a third best team. I mean, they're gonna qualify for sure. They have 4 points because there are some team that doesn't have 4 points. So Grand Prix gonna qualify for sure. And that is all, because Paraguay, Australia, I wasn't watching it. I was watching the US game. So I didn't get anything there. Every time I check it's 0-0. They be like, those guys look like fighter, So like it's not like they were fighting too much there. So overall, it's a good day in the office. One African team confirmed they qualify, and we're gonna see tomorrow what's gonna happen between Senegal and the other team, because Senegal has to win at least 3 or 4 or 5-0 to to expect for qualification. So they have to really win by a lot, because they have 0 point. If they win, they have to win by a lot. So we're gonna see if they're gonna do it or not. And then you're gonna have a France Norway, the battle for the first place. We see, and Senegal, Iraq, and Cape Verde, Saudi Arabia, and another African team there, and Uruguay, Spain. That's what we're going to see. And New Zealand, Belgium too going to play. That group will be playing Group G, and Egypt, Iran. Because tomorrow, that's what we're going to have. So anyway, let me know what you think about the analysis. If you like the video, make sure to comment and share with your friend. I know it's a long video. I'm pretty sure you're not watching, but hey, 10 years later, we're going to check it out, bro. We're going to bring it up because we're going to go big. Only the sky's the limit for us, and we believe in the process. We're going to just trust the process. We're going to go step by step until the algorithm take us one day. So this is what I have for you guys. Stay safe, stay connected, and peace.